Today, I'm giving you 15 pieces of gear that are gonna level up your content as soon as you have it in your grasp for less than $100 a piece. Let's get right into it. What's up, my name is Andres Tagliaferro, or you could just call me Tags. And if you're new to the channel, I make videos about self-improvement, productivity, and all things creative. So if that's something you're into, consider subscribing and hitting the like button. But before I give you these 15 inexpensive items that are gonna change your content creation life, I've broken down the list to 4 sections. Number 1 is gonna be camera related things, okay? Number 2 is gonna be things for your desk, things that are going to speed up your editing workflow if you're creative. Number 3 is related items, maybe not necessarily on your camera, but things that are going to level up your production value. And number 4, we're going to talk about some things that are going to level up your mindset and get your brain working at a higher level. If that mindset stuff really interests you, that's going to be at the end of the video. If you really want to know how to level up, wait till the end of the video because these items are going to change your life. But let's go ahead and start with the camera equipment. So number 1, you're going to want to get yourself one of those 2 battery charging packs that you can find on Amazon. Now, there's a lot of different ones. Basically what this is, it's third-party batteries for whatever camera you own, and all these companies make them for each and every camera you can think of. I'm not trying to spend $70 for a battery for my camera. Look, I understand that like they last longer than native ones, but sometimes in a production we just need batteries that work, and a lot of them. So if you don't own one of these packs, or maybe you're just not aware that these exist, they're really cheap. They go up to like 50 bucks. I'm pretty sure I've bought some for like $30. So just check all of the other ones. There's a bunch of different companies that do this kind of thing. Okay, number 2 is gonna be this photography tripod by Geek Photo. I'm actually using it right now. I own 2 of them, okay? I use them on every production that requires tripods. I use them for my YouTube videos. I use them for everything because 1, they're inexpensive. They're only 89 bucks and they work really well. In 2024, you know that vertical video is like the most requested type of video ever. So this tripod works really well for it because it has the little notch that you can turn your camera vertically to use it to shoot vertically. If you're just working with like a Walmart tripod or like a CVS tripod, $30 one, level up, spend like $40 more, still under 100 bucks. And I mean, these tripods haven't broken on me one time. Number 3, this goes without saying, but I think it needs to be said. It's the SanDisk 128 gigabyte SD cards. Now, if you are working with 4K footage and you're shooting 4K footage for clients, for yourself, or whatever, you need high writing speed cards. If you don't know anything about writing speeds yet, maybe you're super brand new to this kind of stuff, the better the footage you're capturing, so like 4K and up, the faster the writing speeds need to be in order for your camera to keep up with all the data that's getting into your camera. So my favorite brand is SanDisk, but this 128 gigabyte card ensures that you can shoot for a long time without running out of space. And 2, they're very cheap right now. It's only $21 on Amazon. These are the ones I recommend the most. Okay, number 4, this is a more stylistic, unique thing to add to this list, but I think everybody should have one. A fisheye lens. So if you don't know what a fisheye lens is, this is a 24 mil. Okay, it's pretty wide. Okay, but if you've seen those videos where the video is super wide, you know, super POV videos, they use fisheye lenses. And the beauty about fisheye lenses is they're pretty cheap. And so if you want to get a lens that's going to give you a different look, that's really popping on Instagram Reels right now, go ahead and buy you one of the either Samyang or some of these third-party lenses. They usually range from about $50 at the lowest end to $80. You can spare the 30 bucks. They will be a little sharper and you'll get a better f-stop. Okay, so quickly switching over to the desk/editing gear, stuff for your desk to improve your workflow. Number 1, you're gonna need some storage for all those files you're gathering, right? So my go-to storage solution when I need something that works really well, that won't crash, and that is under $100 is the SanDisk 1 terabyte SSD drive. It's only $89, and I mean, that's a steal. The other ones I use are these, the Samsung SSDs, but the SanDisk ones, they're a little smaller. More than anything, it's less expensive. So make sure you get one of those if that's something you need right now. Next up, we have the MX Master 3 mouse. Okay, now My whole life, I've been a laptop user, and even if I don't have a laptop like my iMac in the background, I use a trackpad. But I recently invested in like a good mouse, the MX Master 3. It's sitting right at $99. This mouse is just amazing. It has buttons on the side. It has an extra button on the scrolling. It has a side scroll option, so if you're a video editor, you can scroll through your timeline without having to hold shift. It has like a button under your thumb that you can use. You can actually customize what the buttons do per app, right? So my Premiere Pro, I have it set to ripple delete, one of those customizable things that will make an actual impact on your workflow. This mouse is really the best option in my opinion for the price. This next one is going to be some headphones. Audio is so important. So the Audio-Technica M40s are a very viable option for good sounding headphones where everything is flat. It's not like Beats where it's like super bass heavy and you can't really mix correctly. You're working with audio, or maybe you're just a photographer who wants to like have a good set of headphones that sounds good, that's wired for your computer, for your coffee shop editing sessions. I think the Audio-Technicas are a great pair of headphones that again are wired, so remember that. If you're looking for wireless over-ear headphones, I use the Bose Quiet Comfort, but those are way over budget, so I'm not going to recommend. But these headphones actually slide in at the $99 spot once again. The last one in this section is actually a bit of a curveball, okay? And it is the Captions app. Now, if you work with clients who do a lot of talking head things, who do stuff like this, there's actually an app that you pay $10 a month for. You can use this app that uses AI to read what you're saying, and it actually animates the typography for you. So you don't have to worry about having to go in and like chop up the actual files of the text. You don't have to worry about learning animation. It's super nice. It's super good. It's called Captions, and check it out. Now we're getting to the good stuff. This is the production items, the things that are going to level up your production at large. Number one, if you use mics like this, you're going to need an interface to connect it from XLR to your computer. Behind me, I'm using a different one, but I have another interface that's under $100, or sitting right at $100, like $99 again. It's a Scarlett Focusrite Solo. Before I got this one for my music, right? I used this one for all of my podcasts, any podcast that I was producing, anything that required studio microphones. So if you're looking to level up your audio equipment and get something like this, an interface is super important, and this one is really good. You're not cheaping out on something that might not connect well, or isn't compatible with some systems. The best solution, in my opinion, $100. You must have it if you're gonna use microphones like this. The next one is a Rode PodMic. Now, if $400 for this microphone is too out of your budget, I'm actually working on a review for this microphone, but if you don't want to spend that much money or that cash on that, the Rode PodMic is the best solution for anything under $100 for studio mic. Now, you've probably seen it. You've probably seen them in podcasts before. It is the cheapest alternative without compromising sound quality. It has its little quirks. You might want to check out a review to find out about it. Like, it's a kind of a bright mic. It's not like this that captures your bass so good, but it's really, really good for the price that you're getting. I mean, Rode does some crazy things for the price that they do it at. A microphone and an interface are the things you're gonna need, and these two things are under $100. So $200, and you just leveled up your whole audio equipment. This next one is for lighting purposes, and that is the RGB tube light that I have right there. They range from $69 to $99. I think mine was more in the 99 or maybe a little over $100, but these are all great. If you want something that can add splash color to your room, or maybe you could use it as a key light. I've used it on so many shoots. I personally use it as a practical for most of my things, or I use it to create a vibe, like the blue thing you see going on, over there or whatever. I do think we should all have a tube light in our arsenal because it levels up the value of any production, because you're adding a variety of texture and feel and character to your frame. If you don't have a tube light and you've thought about it, this is your sign to go get one right now. Okay, the last one is a Bluetooth speaker. This sounds stupid, this sounds dumb, and this is not for everybody. This is specifically for the photographer. If you're doing photo shoots in complete silence, you should give your clients a refund, because your client experience can be improved by so much by just having a Bluetooth speaker that sounds good, that plays music while you're doing the photo shoot. I always try to take this speaker with me. It's only $75. You can get cheaper ones for real, but this one is really good. It has a good bass, it has good kick. The battery lasts a good amount of time. It should be in your camera bag if you're a photographer. Having music that is appropriate and that works well is a great way to level up the experience. Okay, and for anybody still here, we're gonna get into some mindset stuff, something that's gonna help you expand your knowledge, get better as a creative, level up, I think, the most important part of content creation, which is your ability to ideate, your ability to strategize, your ability to scale, your ability to understand the creative arts. And the first thing I'm going to recommend is a book. Look, the other stuff isn't book related, but this one is important, okay? If you want to learn more about what makes you tick as a content creator, how to lead a team of creatives, I'm going to recommend the book Herding Tigers. I made a video reviewing the book on my channel, so go check it out if you want to learn more about the book. But long story short, it's from the perspective of a manager who got into the creative field with no experience. He wasn't a designer, a videographer, he was just a manager. And so he learned all of the tips and tricks to making sure that your creative team is happy and fulfilled. But even if you're not trying to, scale your whatever you're doing, it highlighted a lot of things I didn't know about myself and really made me understand how not to burn out, how to keep myself happy and encouraged and enjoying what I'm doing. And so I recommend it to every creative I meet because it really did change my life and it's going to change yours. Oh, and the book's only $15. I mean, it's a book. The next thing is going to be free. These are 2 free apps that are going to completely change your workflow, and that is Milanote and Notion. Okay, so for all my visual learners, I made a video on this software, so go check it out if you haven't seen it. Milanote is an app where you can use embed photos. Like if you like whiteboards, imagine that but digitally. Okay, and you can add links to things, you can add photos, you can do all of this really cool stuff. I think it's the best way to pre-produce content. If you're asking me, I'll create full-blown project plans for clients on a Milanote, and then I'll present it to them through Milanote because it's really cool. I recommend it to every visual learner type, okay? And the other one is Notion. If you haven't heard about Notion now, that's crazy, but Notion is basically like a note-taking app, but on another level. If you're an Apple fanboy, it has an Apple-esque kind of vibe to it. Anytime I need to plan anything, I'll start with written form for anything, and so I always go to Notion and plan everything out there. If you're looking for software that can really double your productivity or maybe the quality of what you're creating, Milanote and Notion are going to be your go-to, and they're free. And the last thing I'm going to say in the mindset, this one only has 3, right? Is you need to get yourself a paper journal. If you are a digital nomad, okay, and you took advantage of Notion and Milanote like I told you to, I think there's still an element of necessity in having some sort of paper and pen or pencil writing function or system. When I want to get an idea down quickly, sometimes, opening Notion and waiting for it to load and then clicking, creating a page, and then that turns me off of the idea. It's a stumbling block. Something that cannot stumble you is a paper and a pen. I have a notebook that I use. It's $25. I think I got it at Target, but you can get it at Amazon or anything. But if you don't like the notebook or journaling thing, I would also recommend these tiny little pocket ones. I think these I use for to-do lists. I don't think this is a necessity, but you can get 30 of them for $20. And again, if you do want a tactile feel to your note taking or your planning, having these 2 options are really cool. And yeah, switch it up. Sometimes I don't want to bust out the whole notebook and just want to pull that one out. I have one of those little notebooks in each of my backpacks just in case I need it in the moment. I don't know about y'all, but when I have thousands of notes on my iPhone, so it's nice to have stuff where where it is. You know what I'm saying? There's only one notebook with these amount of pages. You don't have to search for it. You can just open the notebook and find it. I prefer it to using digital notes on your iPhone. But yeah, this has been the video. If you enjoyed it and you got something out of it, let me know in the comments. Join the community. It's the comment section be popping most of the time. Drop a comment and comment on someone else's comment. And if you haven't subscribed yet and you've reached all of this, go ahead and subscribe, like the video, and follow me on Instagram. But this has been your boy Andres Tagliaferro, and no matter what you have, what you don't have, what you're looking to buy, what you haven't bought, just remember, stay grateful. Peace.